Tradespeople. I'm joined with James.
How you doing?
So let's do a rundown. What are some strategies, first of all? Just list off a couple different strategies that you would be recommending for tradespeople, and then we'll obviously do a little bit more of a deep dive.
So the first one would be search engine optimization, making certain you've got a website and it's optimized to rank as highly as possible in Google for the main keywords of what you want by
Hmm.
doing good quality content, lots of different articles about all the different services that you do, some backlinks through to the website, and doing SEO specifically for your website, getting case studies and testimonials ranking as well. And yeah, doing SEO would be my tip number one.
So, what one thing to mention as well, because I've heard this with a lot of different business owners, SEO is not just like a one and done thing. Like a lot of people think if they get a high ranking on Yoast, for example, 100 out of 100, they're going to end up ranking. It's not actually the case. They need to be consistently uploading to their blog section, whether it's top of the funnel articles, middle of the funnel articles, or bottom of the funnel articles. You need to be acquiring backlinks. So, for example, a backlink is like a vote from another website. The more votes that you have, Google trusts your website and actually increases your rankings. You can get like citations or directories as well. It's an ever growing thing. It's not just like okay, I've spent £500 on SEO and I'm ranking now. And if anybody is selling you that, I would completely sack them right there and then. So that's strategy number one. Let's talk about PPC. So PPC for tradespeople, is it something that you would recommend, first of all?
You need to be very careful. If you know someone or been referred someone that's very good at PPC in their industry, then yes, I would say do it. If you don't know someone who's great at PPC in the industry that you're in, I would say no. And the reason for that is because of click fraud and needing to load in a negative keyword list and needing to understand what keywords convert, and you're having a very good, well-designed website for conversion rate optimization.
Okay, that makes sense. So then let's say for example if you wanted to spend let's say you've got £1,000 a month, would PPC be something that you would dabble in or not
I would
really?
I would put I would start to do some to generate some keywords, long tail, see what's showing up for impressions, maybe doing like brand protection, so doing some for your own brand and stuff like that, and having an account there, just because I do feel it's good ticking over, but I wouldn't be putting majority of my money in if I didn't know what I was doing. But
Okay.
if you've got the account and you're keeping it warm, and if someone did come along at some point and was able to come in and say, we can transform your PPC budget and we can scale this out, or an investor came in and wanted to scale things out quickly, the
Hmm.
account's already set up, it's there, it's running. They get a brand new product, let's say, and the product comes out and not many people talking about it and not yet ranking. They can get it there straight away on that product, straight at the very top, paying for the advertising space within Google. So yes, I would assign a small budget to it unless I knew someone that was very good. And if someone is very good, and generally speaking, I would give him as much money as I can. If I know I'm making a return on investment, why spend £1,000 to get £2,000 back? Why not spend 10 to get 20?
Yeah.
But just keep tracking on a daily basis to make certain that you are getting the ROI, understand your KPIs, and then
Hmm.
obviously if you know that you're making this money, just keep spending more. Be
Yeah.
careful because sometimes the more you spend, your profit margins might come down slightly. But again, a good PPC person will tell you where the threshold is of what they think you should be doing.
Yeah. One other thing as well, when it comes to like running PPC, it's going to get much more quality, or you're going to get more qualitative leads over time, because obviously you're building out that negative keyword list as well. So for example, if anybody that doesn't know what a negative keyword list is, when you go to initially run a PPC campaign, you're more than likely going to be running things what's called broad. So you're going to be going after anybody that's searching for accountants, right? But some of those people might be searching for accountancy jobs, or accountancy master degrees, or accountancy apprenticeships, right? And if you're an accountant, you probably don't want to show up for those phrases. It's more so universities and stuff like that that are actually going to be showing up for those phrases. So again, when you're spending money on PPC, you're probably going to be spending some proportion of your money on what I would call like blacklisted keywords, like keywords that's just not going to generate you much cash. And obviously, the more you spend, the more of these keywords that you're going to actually be able to find and add to your negative keyword list. So over time, over let's say a 2 or 3 month period, that's when you're going to actually be able to increase the quality of your PPC. It's very difficult to run a PPC campaign from the word go to start generating your quality leads. It's just going to kind of peak over time. What about Facebook ads?
So if you're doing SEO or if you're doing any sort of PPC, you definitely want to have your retargeting pixel set up on the website.
Mm-hmm.
So I would definitely be running some sort of retargeting campaigns. So that's where someone's come through to your website, not filled in a form for whatever reason. They could have been busy, they could have been driving, they could have been just waiting at the dentist practice, and then they've been called to go in and they forgot to inquire. So you start to retarget them. This might not be ready yet to inquire. So you can put them through a bit of a funnel, and their Facebook ads or Instagram ads or social media ads in general can work very well.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, on that front, I would be spending some, but again, what I would be doing is making certain that I've got good creatives, a good offer to try to get people in, and then just tracking the KPIs, tracking, am I getting a return on investment? If I am, then I would be doing it. Now, also what you do need to hear, I am obsessed with getting a return on investment. However, I do understand that SEO or sometimes social media ads could be done for branding purposes. And at
Yep.
that point, I might be allowed to spend the budget to say this is branding. So promoting case studies, promoting testimonials and stuff. It's all social proof for further down the line, and I'm happy to be getting my name out for that. At times, it could be deemed as being brand building.
Yeah, makes sense. The last one that I want to touch on, for myself anyway, is email marketing, because a lot of people, they think, oh, I'm going to build up a mailing list and it's going to generate me millions of money, and it's not actually the case. And in some cases, like how I see email marketing is, for example, again, if you're a SEO agency, for example, you might decide to give away like a free guide or a free ebook to show local businesses how to rank higher in Google, right? And that's kind of like your way into getting that person's email, the managing director's email at such and such solar business. And then based off the back of that, you might be able to sell them an SEO package. Do you think that email marketing for tradespeople is a go-to strategy? Like, for example, Facebook ads for locksmiths is something that we both wouldn't agree on doing. Is this something like one of those, or is there an angle in email marketing?
For certain industries, email marketing's terrible. Like,
Mm-hmm.
imagine you try and do email marketing for a locksmith and you trying to think that you're going to get them at exactly the right time, that they go, oh my God, you just sent me an email and it's just popped up on my phone just as I'm locked out my car. It's almost nigh on impossible to get that exact timing correctly. So for that reason, then absolutely, definitely not. But for certain industries where you can nurture them along the way, so it could be that someone, let's say you hear someone might, or someone inquires, and they might be looking for solar panels, and they only apply for solar panels. Why are they applying for solar panels? There could be a knock-on effect that they could be going, okay, we need solar panels because we're getting an EV charger. We need solar panels, and then you might be able to upsell them via an email campaign like the battery walls, or it could be that they want an air source heat pump, or the other way around, they could be looking for an EV charger, and you could be saying, have you thought about getting solar panels? So there's loads of different ways via email marketing of where you can be nurturing. But for new, it could work if, let's say you work for schools and
Mm-hmm.
you've got the bursars and head teachers information. What you could be doing if you sell different products and services is saying, we're just in your area, and while we're in your area next week, we can do you a free site survey. You might not even be in the area, but you could go and pop that out to say, we're in your area next week, we can give you a free site survey. Are you interested? They might say yes, because it's free and you can go there. And then you might be able to find angles, like you might be able to do some repairs, or there might be something that a facility that might be missing. Like we build playgrounds for one of our industries, and we might be able to go there and build a new playground or repair the existing playground, or see certain facilities that they might be missing that other schools have got, that we might be able to sell them. So there's just
Yeah.
certain industries, yes. In general, across the board, it wouldn't be something I'd be throwing my money into.
I think like I'm trying to think of an example of when email marketing would come into play. And one thing that might stand out is, let's say, for example, you generate, or sorry, you actually sell solar, right? You could potentially email a load of people saying like, "Hey, did you know that there's such and such grant for Greater Manchester, for anybody that's in the Greater Manchester area?" So in certain cases it can, but again, like I just think the quicker way to get in front of those people is Facebook ads or PPC. In that case, I'm
I
just
think,
trying to
I
think.
think, I think the main one that we've missed out at the moment, and I think it's the best one to initially do, is teaming up with lead generation companies,
Mhm.
or signing up to certain premium directories in their specific niche. So there's certain ones out there in the UK like Bark, Dooley Generation, there's Checker Trade, there is Yellow Premium Advertising. Now, check the links in the description. We talk about every single one of them. Is Checker Trade worth the money? Yes, in certain industries it is. In certain industries it's not. Is Bark worth the money? In certain industries it is. In certain industries it's not. Is Builder worth it? And all these different premium places. But then on the flip side, you've then got, we've spoke about PPC, but there's certain companies out there that do PPC lead generation. There's
Yeah.
certain companies out there that do rank and rent. There's certain companies out there that do SEO lead generation. And these are people that understand it. They've lived and breathed it for years. And they know that if they do not get you a return on investment, you're going to stop using them. So they're going to do everything they can, and they're going to have the best people in their business to be doing SEO, the best people in their business to be doing PPC or social media ads. So at that point, you're getting the people. I always say, if I built an extension on my house, would I build it myself? I'm like, no. I'd get a roofer to do my roofing. I'd get a plumber to do my plumbing and
Mhm.
stuff like that. Exactly the same reason. If you're a business owner or a tradesperson and you're looking for more leads, the first thing I would do is go over to fatrank.com, the supplier with a no risk supply of inquiries, fill in the information there, see whether you qualify, and understand where you are yet at the point of where you are. Do you work nationwide? What products and services you're looking to try to sell? Get that information over to fatrank.com, and then from there, if you don't qualify, they can start to tell you where you should be kind of focusing your digital marketing efforts now today for you to be improving to generate your own in-house leads.
Yeah, so that has been our video on digital marketing tips for tradespeople. If you guys feel like we've potentially missed out on anything, or if you've got any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comment section. And like what James was mentioning, if you want to see if you qualify for FatRank inquiries for your business, check out fatrank.com or check out the link down below and apply today. Thanks for watching.